Hi, I'm Jessie, the Guru Girl, and today I want to talk to you about supplements. Now, this is like one of those really interesting subjects. People just don't know what to take, how to take it, when to take it, and why. So I just want to kind of do an introduction video into supplements and just group them into categories so everybody understands what they are and some pros and cons of using supplements. Right now, eating a standard American diet, if you are one of the Americans who eat a standard American diet, and it stands for SAD for a reason, it's likely that you're not getting the nutrients that you need to function optimally. And when I say optimally, if you clean out your diet, you feel the difference. You know the difference between when you're eating McDonald's crispy chicken and french fries every day with a Diet Coke versus when you're eating fully raw, organic, with very minimal animal products. The way that you feel in those two spectrums is completely different. So I just want everybody to keep that in mind. One thing that we need to know is if you go and buy a salad from McDonald's, you think that you're probably getting a really healthy thing. If you look at the entire menu and that's the only thing that you can pick, that's probably good enough. But really, those vegetables are grown conventionally in very depleted soils. There's no nutrients. So the vegetables you're eating, even though they're vegetables, they taste gross. Like, I'm sorry, a McDonald's salad does not taste as good as a fresh organic salad right from a farm. And there's a reason for that. The vegetables just they're overwatered, they don't have enough nutrients, the fertilizers are petroleum based, and it's just not good. Okay, so enough of me hating on McDonald's. I just wanted to put it out to you that way. If you eat healthy, you feel right, and you have optimal health. If you don't eat healthy, you feel gross, you act like a jerk. It's not optimal, okay? So what a lot of people do is when they eat a junky diet, they take supplements. And they think that what supplements will do is fill in the blanks. But what a lot of people don't know is that most of the supplements on the market that you pick up at the grocery store or at your pharmacy are, they're not even food-based supplements. They're isolates and they're synthetic, and they don't actually act the same way in your body because they don't contain all the cofactors, and they're not part of the food system. So when you see studies on the benefits of vitamins, you see a lot of mixed results, oftentimes because they're using these synthetic vitamins in the studies. The first category of vitamins that we want to talk about is the isolated vitamins and minerals. Here I have pantothenic acid, which is B5, and magnesium citrate. I personally take B5 as a recommendation from a naturopath because if you have a lot of stress, if you have a really stressful life, you have a busy commuting schedule, or you have 3 children, or you've got family drama, then it's likely that you need support for your adrenals. And so I take B5 in addition to everything else. I also take magnesium citrate. What Americans don't realize that nearly all of us are deficient in magnesium. The soils are so depleted. Magnesium is such an important mineral. It helps you rebuild your skin, your hair, your bones, your teeth. It keeps you calm. When you have anxiety, calms down your entire nervous system. It helps you go to the bathroom if you have some, clogging plumbing issues in there. So these are 2 vitamins that I would recommend if you have isolated vitamins, if you live in a stressful world and you experience any kind of stress at all. The second group of vitamins here are your food-based vitamins. I take these whenever I need them. This particular brand, New Chapter, is a food-based vitamin. What they do is they basically take a bunch of foods from organic gardens, they add cultures to them, and then they remove the vitamins that were created from the cultures. So this is B12, this is for energy. This is kind of like what you would find in a Red Bull. If you're having one of those days where you have a slump and you don't want to use caffeine, a spray of B12 underneath your tongue would be really helpful. And this is just a multivitamin. A lot of times with New Chapter, this brand, they add herbs to it that kind of help support your entire, for optimal functioning. This one is specifically designed for women, so I personally recommend that. But it's one of those things that if you eat a really healthy diet and you're completely on point with your eating, you probably don't need to take these supplements at all. So that's what we eventually want to work to, is that this kind of half goes away. So this grouping is what I would call herbs and extracts. This is a traditional Chinese medicine formula that I'm taking. I had a brain injury and I've had some cognitive impairment issues with word recall and just things like that. So this is traditional Chinese medicine. It's just basically a blend of herbs and things that can help stimulate the brain and create balance in the body. This particular herb is called ashwagandha. This supports your adrenal function, supports the thyroid. I have untreated hypothyroidism. So even though I have hypothyroidism, and most women with a hypothyroidism, gain an inordinate amount of weight, lose their hair, this is something that's been keeping me from having to take Synthroid and get my thyroid in check, and it also supports the adrenal glands. And then this brand is called Urban Moonshine Bitters. In order to be able to get the most nutrients out of your food, you have to have a really, really strong digestive system. I personally have a really slow, sluggish digestive system. Things don't move. And the amount of hydrochloric acid my stomach produces is very low. So in a lot of countries they use bitters, and this is distilled bitters basically. And what it does is it stimulates the vagus nerve to get more stomach acid, increases the bile flow, and it helps actually digest the food and get the nutrients out of them. So I would put this in the category of herbs and extracts. Things that support your body's natural functioning. They are pretty close to plant-based, and they help your body do the job that it was designed to do. The fourth category of supplements, which I think is the most important, is the whole foods, period. Not a whole food supplement, you're not extracting anything, you're not soaking in alcohol, you're not really, it's not really an herb, it's just whole foods as supplementation. This product, and I know this is probably gonna make people cringe, this is fermented cod liver oil. And I know it sounds gross, and it is gross, but it has been used for centuries, really, to support health and wellness. So what it is they basically take a big pile of cod livers and they're fermented and they extract the oil out of them. I'm sure that you've heard, grandparents giving their kids cod liver oil when people were sick with colds. This is probably one of the greatest things that you can do for your health if you're not vegan. There are some vegan options to essential oils, essential fatty acids that you can take every day, but fermented cod liver oil is pretty strong stuff, and it's not only in smell, but in its ability to make you feel better. These three products are made by Marcus Rothkranz. He makes 100% food-based, no isolates, food-based protein powder, greens formula, and vitamin C formula. And we'll put the ingredients up on the page so that you can see them. What these basically are is he will go out and he will wild harvest plants in virgin soils that have all of the vitamins and minerals intact. And these plants are going, sometimes 100 or more feet deep. They have their roots into the soil, getting things like silica, magnesium, these kind of nutrients that you absolutely need and that are almost non-existent in today's diet. These are things that I add regularly to my food. I put them in my smoothies. If you see my smoothie video, you'll see that I'm adding these things, because you can have a totally on point diet, but if you don't include these whole wild plants, you're still going to be missing out on nutrients, even if you're buying all organic produce. So I strongly recommend that if you use any supplements, you stick to the food-based type. As special mention, I want to talk about two specific supplements that a lot of people take. The first is vitamin C. If you buy vitamin C as an isolate, you're buying ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is not a good form of vitamin C. If you actually read about it, it does some pretty icky stuff inside your body when it gets into there. And often it's kind of ruined before you even take it, because it's so volatile because of, sunlight, air, everything just messes it up. Vitamin C gummies, vitamin C pills, no bueno. Like, if you want to have a good source of vitamin C, eat peppers, have oranges, apples, or take a whole foods vitamin C supplement. This one has things like pine needle, goubinge, sea buckhorn, rose hips, they're literally food-based vitamin C sources. They don't degrade because they have all the other plant constituents that kind of keep it alive. And when you get this powdered, it lasts for a long time. You don't have to worry about it being exposed to air in this container. It stays really good. It's delicious. You can mix it with water, have it really quickly. It's just a superior product to any kind of garbage vitamin C gummies that you can get. So I do not recommend taking ascorbic acid. I do recommend for vitamin C taking a food-based supplement. You'll definitely see the difference. The second thing I want to talk about is magnesium. This is the particular brand that I get. But there are lots of different magnesium versions that you can get. You can get, magnesium citrate, magnesium malate, carbonate. Magnesium citrate is really the most absorbable form of magnesium. I've experimented with so many different magnesium supplements just because with the recovery of my traumatic brain injury, magnesium played a key role in me feeling better on a regular basis because it calmed my nervous system down. If you are prone to anxiety or stress, if you have insomnia, any kind of insomnia, or if you just are really busy every day, if you get cramps like Charlie horses, any kind of cramps, you probably need magnesium. And magnesium citrate is the most absorbable form, and it tends to be pretty gentle on your system. So I would recommend that. For me personally, a serving size for this is 170 milligrams per capsule. I take 4 of these a day. Now, you kind of have to judge what's right for your body. If somebody else took 4 of these a day, they might have crazy diarrhea. But for me, it's fine and it's balanced. So start with 1 at a time, build your way up until you start feeling the effects of it. And then once you feel the relaxation effects of the magnesium, you know that you have the right dosage. So bottom line, use these sparingly. Use these if you have to, if you feel like you're not getting enough nutrition from your diet. Use these whenever you're sick or you feel like you need a little extra help with your digestion. So these are just temporary, just for short term when you're sick. And use these daily. And that's kind of how you should categorize your supplements. If you're taking non-food based supplements, be very selective with what you buy. If you need to take something just to make sure you're getting all your nutrients, make sure it's whole food-based supplements. If you're sick and you need a little extra help, always check with a naturopath or a doctor that specializes. Sometimes chiropractors specialize in supplements. Check with them. These are temporary. And then these are things that you should have every day or very often throughout the week to make sure that your body has all the nutrients it needs and that it's digesting everything optimally. Thanks. I shouldn't have just said thanks like that. Okay, anyways. Oh, was it? Hi, I'm Jessie the Guru Girl, and today I want to talk to you about supplements. So, supplements. Where do I even begin with that? So here's the thing with supplements. I'll just make it really quick and dirty. Stop, I have to start again.
How do you do?